Fresh and Fit Moneyclips. Unlock the power of personal branding as Ty Lopez takes center stage on the Fresh and Fit podcast. In this exclusive episode, Ty reveals why cultivating your personal brand is absolutely critical. Gain insight that can reshape your success narrative. Don't miss out. Join us now on the Fresh and Fit podcast and elevate your personal brand with wisdom from Ty Lopez.
When I was 16, I wrote a letter to my step-grandpa, and I said, life's too complicated. You got too much. You have to figure out your political party, who you're going to marry, what you're going to study, what's your career, how you make money. I said, will you give me all the answers? And he wrote me back, and he said, Ty, if you're lucky, you'll find a few people who will mentor you. The world's weak-willed now because a lot of people don't have that dude who just shows up and is like, fuck, let me show you how the game works. So everybody needs that game works boot camp guy, and I had that. I divide life into the 4 pillars of good life: health, wealth, love, happiness, right? And so I have a health mentor. I've trained with, I'm not a pro athlete, but I'm a busy dude. I've trained with Dorian Yates, Mr. Olympia. Wealth, I have a lot more mentors just because making money is more complex. Love, I have Dr. David Buss. People don't know, like I made him famous. He started mentoring me 10 years ago. I talk to him 3 times a week. The mathematical equation: cities, you're a higher likelihood to make money, primarily because you rub shoulders with other creative people. But as Dr. Buss says, cities attract psychopaths. So your happiness, you get more exploitation, big cities.
That's powerful.
Yeah.
You mentioned earlier that you have a bunch of different mentors in the wealth department.
Yeah.
Is that because each one might have a certain discipline that made them a bunch of money in that? Okay.
I remember Elon Musk been kicking around in Hollywood. I would go to all the same thing. I got all these videos with Elon before people know him on my social. You scroll down my Insta. I mean, he was wealthy. When I first met him in 2011, he did a little talk, but he was more of a local celebrity. The most powerful power position is when you walk in to a club and you're like, welcome to my club. That's better than I'm the promoter. I'm the fucking, blah, blah, blah. I'm rich. You're like, welcome to my club.
Yeah.
So he's like, welcome to my platform. 70% of self-made billionaires were in sales. Mark Cuban told me, Ty, I used to sell trash bags door to door. Elon Musk was selling. Bill Gates was selling. So sales, sometimes people are like, Ty, you sell too much. I'm like, bitch, that's because I'm smart. All marketing, David Ogilvy, the most famous marketer, they made the show Mad Men about him. Marketing is just automation of direct sales. You know, when I made Here in My Garage video, I just automated as if I was talking to you. All money's made online now. Digital. Elon Musk made his first wealth in digital products. PayPal had nothing. So then the second is services type sales. The unknown billionaire is Larry Ellison, 4th richest man in the world. Nobody talks about him. He sells businesses, software, and service. Emperor skill is personal brand. That's the go for. That's the only thing that's going to separate you out of AI. Then the king skills is direct sales. You got to know how to look somebody in the eye and close a deal. Queen is, can you automate that? That's marketing, you know. And then you have the 2 prince skills, which is digital products and then services. Ideally software, by the way. The world is full of wolves dressed in sheep clothing. See, I'm a sheep dressed in wolves clothing. You see, the world is driven by envy.
Top 3 business books, you would say.
Top 3 business books?
If you don't mind.
You know, a good business book that I actually made a New York Times bestseller is The One Thing by Gary Keller. The Power of Focus.
If there's one amplifier that you would pick if you just wanted to strictly attract women, it would be status. Because, you know, at some point, you could be handsome, right? You could have money, whatever, and some girls are going to gravitate towards that. But, like, status is, like, the one thing that, like, if you're famous, he's able to still attract a majority of hot girls.
If you look at the top 10 wealthiest people in the world, men, they control wealth of the bottom half, 4 billion people. 5 assets to build wealth: software, brand, land, cash, crypto. Those are the 5. So people sometimes argue, Ty, you don't need books. I'm like, bitch, the smartest people are dead. How the fuck? Of course I'd rather have Einstein as a mentor. I'd rather have Stephen Hawking as a mentor, but if you haven't noticed, he's not on planet Earth anymore. So I'm gonna read his book, Brief History of Time. What doesn't kill you can make you smarter if you let it. It can make you stronger. It's not what you know, it's who you know. That's that old cliche.
That's how Harvard gets people to like their jobs. Like the Ivy League's literally, that's how it operates, man. Like who you know is really a thing. You know, I can't tell you how many times someone that's less qualified will get a job because they know the right guy.
Thanks for viewing this video. Tap in with Moneyclips on IG and Money Mondays podcast via Rumble and YouTube for the latest news. Like, comment, and subscribe. And remember, push it to the limit. Peace.